So as you can see, a lot of stuff has gone. Everything looking rather empty. Got Fraser in the background. Had my morning tea and toast. Now it's weigh-in time. If you remember yesterday, well under macros, I did try and have a bit to eat before bed to try and catch things up. I had a shake. I think I had some granola. Had some granola cereal, some more fruit, and that was pretty much it. And then hit the hay. So let's see what resulting weigh-in we get. 173. So, well, there you go. Another new low, but really a little bit of a false low because that will be more due to glycogen depletion than anything. That day of not hitting my macros, under eating has not made me lose more fat. It's not helped me get shredded quicker. It's basically I didn't eat as much glycogen, I didn't eat as much carbs, so I didn't take in as much glycogen. So my glycogen stores will have been a little depleted for that day. So today I'm going to get back to normal. Food is already at the house, the new house, and I will be back on track regardless. Today's a rest day as well, so I'm going to eat as I would normally. I'm going to keep consistent day to day, and I'll see how I weigh in tomorrow. If the 173 remains tomorrow, I will add in a refeed this week. Other than that, we are bang on track. Now I'm going to get dressed again and carry on packing. 8:15 at night, and look, starting to clear out. So movers were a little late getting here because of heavy traffic. Weather is ultra shit, and I've got nothing to sit on pretty much, and I've been stood here. My back is killing me, but I have got another video for you guys uploaded and done amidst all this. Staying on track, committed to you. Hope you appreciate it. I love y'all. It's been a bit of a struggle to eat though, obviously, so I've made my way through some of these chocolate toffee caramels. I've had 50 grams of those, which equates to 7 fat, only 10 carbs, and it gives me 17 grams of protein, which is not bad, but there's literally nothing else here to eat. I mean, I can't make shakes, so there's nothing to make it in. The only thing I've got in here is kind of like random stuff, or carbs. I did have a protein pudding at some point today. It's just going to be a bit of a crappy day for eating. I think what we're going to do is basically, because I haven't eaten that much, my fat's probably sat at around about 20 out of 50. I'm going to go get a Indian on the way home. And it's quite a good thing to do because I'll be able to show you what we order and how we do it when we eat out, when we're dieting. So that won't be too bad. We'll be going to Shahjahan, hopefully. Can't guarantee it. It is 8:15 and I don't know what time they stop doing them. But that's it. This is it. This is the last of the stuff. The movers are here. I don't trust anybody touching my stuff. So that's it. Feels very empty. Looks freaking huge. But this has been my home for the last year or so. It's been my home for the beginning of the real expo travels. It's been my home for the beginning of the real business mindset, the clothing, the coaching, the plans, website development, the YouTube development. It all happened here pretty much at a table that was there, a sofa that was here, and a small desk upstairs. And it's come to an end. But it's come to an end for a very good reason. And that reason is to do bigger, better, bolder, and brasher things. So, from me to you, house, thanks for the memories. But it's time to make some new memories. Bigger memories, even better memories. Let's go. So the movers have just left. They were top blokes, really nice guys. They did a fantastic job moving everything, and yeah, really nice people. And we are we're in our new home, but it's not done yet, so you will not get the Boom Baby preview until this little one has set up everything the way she wants it, because we still have painting to be done in the kitchen. We've still got 2 sofas to arrive. We've still got 2 more sofas, painting, another bed, a bit more painting upstairs, and then we'll show you. But what I am going to show you now is, like I said before, again, it's another messed up day, and this is just what happens. This is just life. This is what we do. So, again, I've under-eaten pretty much. I've managed to stay on top of protein, mainly through having supplement snacks, which isn't the greatest way of doing it at all, but it was just a means to an end today, and it was inevitable because food was being moved out of freezers and fridges. There was nothing in the fridge. There was no cooking appliances to make anything. So, counteracting that fact that I have had very low carbs of around about I logged it at 140, and I should be on 250, which leaves me with a lot of carbs to catch up with, which I'm not going to do now. I'm not going to eat 110 carbs because the only way of doing that now before bed would be to eat crap. So what I'm doing is, I have had a relatively high fat level of 30 already today, but what I'm going to do is replace some of my carbs with extra fats, and I'm going to enjoy. That plate is a big ass plate. There's my hand. You can see that there. So I've got some steamed rice with some dupiaza sauce, which is a tomato-based sauce with onions, and it's beautiful. But again, it's one of the better options to go for from an Indian. I then have the clay-baked lamb shish kebab, and then all that there that you can see is pieces of diced chicken breast and scallops, so nice and high protein. What we do like to have is sarg on the side. We do like it's a spinach dish, but we ask for that to be made with a reduced amount of oil, and we ask for the whole thing to be made with healthy oils instead, which they will do for you in a lot of places. So this whole meal is probably around about 30 grams of fat in there, and only roughly around about 45 to 50 fat. So as you know, I had 110 carbs to make up. 50 fat, 50 carbs. I had 110 carbs to make up, and so what I'm doing is replacing those calories with the fat ones to enjoy this. Tomorrow it may affect the way I look, but in the long term scheme of things, in the grand scheme of this goal, it won't. So that's a good evening from me. It's a good evening from the one behind the camera telling me to hurry up. And we're going to sit and watch something on the Xbox that is now on. Oh, doodle pip. Okay guys, so not recording much today. You're in the front of the man van, so sorry if it's a bit vibraty or the sound's a bit crap, but it's now 20 to 8 and I'm on my way to the gym. It's a little bit of a longer drive now from the new place, only about 10 minutes or so it's not too bad. And pretty much today I woke up, had my standard usual porridge, and I've had just nice good standard meals throughout the day. Still a little bit under eaten for a training session, but simply because I had a lot of jobs to get done and stuff like that. So again, whatever I need to catch up, I'll make as a catch up during post workout, through some decent carb sources, some fast, some not so fast. So that can be anything from cereal to your sweet potato. Pre-workout today, food-wise, I got myself a banana. There you go, and 2 of these bad boys, Alpenlight bars. I got my pre-workout here next to me, which I'm drinking on the way. This is the V4 again. It's pretty much what it's going to be until like about 1 or 2 weeks time when I get the Achieve final version in. Yeah, to start running and giving you breakdowns of. But the good thing about that is I can put in quite a lot of liquid, so it means I'm getting hydrated on my way to the gym, which is a great thing. Very good to be hydrated. Other than that, for when I come out of the gym, I'm going to go do more jobs, so I'm going to go pick up the rest of the remaining things at the house. So I have brought what's left of these caramel chocolate little protein cluster stuff there, and that is 30 grams in there, so dead easy. And that'll just keep me ticking over until I can get home and eat properly. When I get home and eat properly, I'll show you what I have as my post-workout meal. Other than that, I had that Indian last night. Woke up looking really good, but couldn't weigh myself because scales are at the old house. So we'll do a weigh-in again tomorrow, but I'll do a body check for you tonight when I get back, and show you that even though I underate and then had one big takeaway Indian, still progressed. Let's get to the gym. Today is contraction week, quads, biceps and accessory work. I don't know, those deadlifts are working. Deadlift gains.
bit of one there, not much, but that's a bad boy.
So contraction week when we're working, when we're doing the quads, what we're looking for here is a pause at the bottom of the rep. So we're making the muscle work, we're making ourselves work with stabilisation, by pausing at the base and then driving back up through the heels, maintaining the load in the right point. So this is your mind to muscle week. So remember that. It's all about putting the load where it needs to be and keeping it throughout, the positive and the negative.
What's up guys, and I apologise for the sound quality on this video, but I am stuck at the old house without my microphone, and it's either record with this or delay the upload because the internet at the new place is not fibre yet for another 10 days or so. So here we go anyway, we're in with contraction work on quads. Really nice way of doing this is the leg press with a pause at the bottom, making sure that your ass is staying on the bench, not letting it curl up and leave the seat. So many people allow that to happen because they're trying to go too deep. If you go too deep, what you're going to do is cause your butt to come up and round, and it's going to leave the seat, and you're just going to put a lot of stress on your lower back. Main aims of this: everything in line, knees in line with your feet, knees in line with your hips, and driving through your heels. Keep it on the heels, especially during the negatives as well. A lot of people will let it go on the negatives, and that's a really important part of the rep.
Okay guys, bit of a one here, but I'm getting pain in my right knee here, and we're doing a close leg. So I've got one foot on here, one foot here, equidistant apart. Now what I think I was doing was, I was sitting in a natural position where my knees want to go slightly here. So what I'm doing is, making sure I'm keeping my feet from rocking in, so I'm keeping the weight on the outside, not rolling them in. What I'm going to do is twist my knees in. So I'm straightening my legs up. So this is where you're going to want to sit. And I'm just literally rolling them in so they twist up straight. So watch, from here, twist. And then I'm pressing through, straight up. And there's absolutely no pain on this knee here now at all. So I think before what I was doing was rolling the knees out like that, just a touch. See, my leg position hasn't moved, but just that, from there to there, world of difference. Give it a go. Make sure you keep the load on the heels.
So as you saw before in a previous video, the machine we wanted to use next, which would have been leg extensions, was in use. So rather than slowing down, we just basically went into our biceps because today was quads and biceps. So we're going to go back to legs after this. But here we're taking a look at some pause rep hammer curls. Remember guys, it's contraction week. We're doing 60% rough weight of your usual max. And the things to notice here, look where I'm holding the dumbbells. I'm holding them right under the top of the head, which is facing the ceiling. My elbows are staying in a fixed position. My shoulders are held back, scapula engaged. And I'm coming up to a natural contraction point and squeezing and holding and then fighting the negative on the way down, getting a full extension so that my triceps actually flex at the bottom of the movement. That really helps get a nice deep stretch on the bicep, but because the grip is a hammer grip, you're not stressing the tendons or ligaments on that stretch. So this is a very, very good way of getting an extreme range of motion without getting extreme aggravation of the joints, tendons and things like that, because it's a natural grip point. So if you like those kind of exercises that you feel like you're stretching on the negative, this is the perfect one. You can do this standing, you can do it seated, it's completely up to you. Just ensure that you can see how our posture is with our head neutral, chin tucked, chest up, shoulders engaged and held back, and we're only using the elbow as the pivotal part of this movement. Coming down, full extension and full stretch, not snapping, not snatching, just a nice, slow contract, mind to muscle connection. The point of this whole week, this whole contraction week, is to connect with the muscle. You should be able to contract the muscle through the rep and focus where the load is going with every single rep. If you're feeling the weight move anywhere else than it should be, then you need to stop, adjust, correct, and progress. Stop, adjust, correct, and progress. Moving on to the ever popular leg extensions. A couple of things that I like to make sure are in place here. Make sure your feet are in line with your knees in line with your hips, and bring your toes up. Make sure your feet are parallel to one another. Too many people have feet that twist off in different directions, and that causes rotation at the knee and hip joint, which again is bad news. It might not hurt you at the time, but you keep doing it and it will accumulate over time and cause you problems. As we get to the top of each rep, again, we've got a pause and a squeeze here. So we're focusing on bringing the toes toward the body, squeezing. And if you have your feet closer together, you can focus a little bit more on the teardrop muscle. A little bit wider brings it up onto the quad. You can also just slightly angle your feet ever so differently to the inside here. You can see I'm just showing you here, my feet's just a centimetre turned inward. That's going to help focus on the quad. And then you can do the same ever so slightly facing them outward, heels facing slightly inward, and that will bring the load a little bit more towards the teardrop area. So you can make use of different little foot positions on this machine, but the main thing here, chest up, shoulders back, arching your lower back, coming up to a squeeze, and I like to have the seat a little bit further back than normal, and what that does is allow me to sit back at a slight angle, which means my legs are angled and I'm not locking out putting the load on the joint as the legs are slightly angled, like you see we do whenever we do things like this kind of exercise here, or hammer curls, how we maintain a slight angle on the arm. That's what we're trying to achieve with the legs there. Then we moved on to overhand grip bicep curls with the easy bar. We actually haven't done this before, and we just did it simply because cables were being used and we felt like doing something a little different. Actually really nice. A little bit awkward to find your grip placement due to the shape of the bar, but once you find this, thumbs under or thumbs over, it's completely up to you, whatever's more comfortable. But again, chest high, head neutral, shoulders back and engaged, slight arching your lower back, soft knees, and you're just using, again, that one pivotal point being the elbow, maintaining strong wrists throughout. That's really important. Don't let your wrists flex. So everything, whenever you're doing any kind of motion, remember, everything needs to stay as rigid as possible, held in a tense state but without actually squeezing, so it remains strong and helps stabilize the movement. This is a really nice exercise for incorporating the forearms and working the long head of the bicep. I really attribute this overhand grip to one of the reasons my biceps kind of look the way they do, and it's because the outer head of mine is really quite well developed, which gives it that long look. And you'll see at the end of this, I do contract the bicep, and my bicep does contract to a very short, sharp peak. But when it's extended like this, using this kind of exercise, it really helps work and lengthen the bicep. You can't actually change any insertion points or anything, but you know it's nice to improve what is already there. But you see, there's an actual gap when I flex.
No forearms. Did someone say no forearms? Don't have a watch on, but it's relatively late, about 9:11. Half 11, there we go. And Lainey has made me a good, wholesome meal to come back to. Get a lot of carbs in, a lot of protein. And then I'm going to finish my day with fruits and some cereals and stuff like that, just to, because I enjoy it. It's good. So I have, look at that. Wow, proper British meal, what? So we've got the Zach's protein bread, scrambled eggs, reduced salt, reduced sugar, bacon of beans, some protein sausages, some bacon medallions, tip top, those bad boys. And how many yellows?
Between the two of us, we had 2 whole eggs and 100 grams of egg whites. There's also high protein cheese in the scrambled eggs.
Oh yeah, you can see it there, that cheesy goodness. So that'll pretty much end my day, and then it's back on track from tomorrow, Sunday. A little bit of exciting news. Heading down to London to a shoot with Gymshark. So you'll get a behind the scenes little look what we do when we play around in a gym with a lot of equipment and take over. So until tomorrow, I'll give you a boom and a mouthful.
No.
So much hate through the screen right now.